welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kavya, and like you can tell from the title, this is a video that I never ever thought I'd be filming, but here we are. So a complete tutorial on how to create a mask friendly, transfer proof makeup look like this. It's got all the tips, tricks, hacks that you can follow to create a look that is, very smudge proof, budge proof, and yeah, just transfer proof. It will not transfer on your mask at all. I already did a wear test and there's absolutely nothing right here. And trust me, when the lockdown was just lifted and the first few times I wore my mask, I didn't follow these steps and there were like hideous foundation and lipstick stains all over my mask. So now when I'm shooting this video, I know what works. So I know you don't necessarily need to wear a full face of makeup. I haven't been doing it. I've been just doing my eyes, wearing moisturizer and wearing a mask, because honestly it does cover a lot of your face, right? But there are also times when you will be stepping out and getting rid of your mask for a moment here or there, and it's gonna look really odd if you just have your top half fully done up and absolutely nothing happening right here. Especially if you have acne scars like me or uneven skin tone, pigmentation, this tutorial is for you. So keep watching because I'm sharing everything that I have learned over the last few months. I really hope you guys will enjoy this video. Give it a big fat thumbs up if you like it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and get an update. So without wasting any further time, let's get straight into this video. So here I am, barefaced, hair pulled back because it's really hot and I wanted to keep things real, so I didn't even bother to change into something fancy. I'm in my normal ganji. So even before we get started with our makeup routine, let me tell you, there has never been a better time to up your skincare game than now, because trust me, when you're working on mask friendly makeup, hydration is the key. So first things first, I'm using the Laneige Water Bank Hydro Essence, and moisturization is the key when you are working on makeup that is going to be mask friendly, because trust me, when you have your mask on you, you will figure that every time you speak, there's hot air right here and you are prone to have like really dry skin, and if you skip this step, your makeup is gonna really turn out to be super patchy, flaky, and your skin is gonna look really dry, and you don't want all of that. Okay, so use whatever moisturizer you are comfortable with. Just make sure it's really light and not oily. And how can we forget our lips? So I'm also gonna go ahead with the Lakme Lip Love lip balm and apply it on my lips. So that means that until I get my complete makeup done, my lips are also getting some TLC. So use whatever lip balm you have. Of course, I'm going to be linking all the products that I'm using in the description box below. Okay, so now that my moisturizer has set in, I'm going to move ahead with the next step. Okay, so we are talking about transfer proof makeup, and a primer goes a long way in making sure that your makeup sits in place for a long time, doesn't budge. And also I feel like when you use a primer, you can get away with using very little makeup. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Pack Pore Primer right here. So like you can see, I've just taken a teeny bit amount right here. So I'm applying this to my usual problem areas where my makeup tends to budge. So now we're going to be moving on to the foundation, and I really like this foundation, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless foundation. I am in the shade Sun Beige 310, and I absolutely love this stuff, especially in the drugstore category. I took very little foundation on my sponge and I'm just going to work that effortlessly onto my skin. Now I am using this foundation because I feel that when it comes to a mask friendly makeup that is transfer proof and long lasting, you want to use a foundation that is long lasting and full coverage. Okay, long lasting for obvious reasons, because you're going to be wearing the mask and you want your makeup to last despite having that mask on 24/7. The humidity, the heat, the whole, you're breathing into the mask 24/7. You want your makeup to stay put. So you want your foundation to be something that really works well for long hours and full coverage, because I really don't want to use too much makeup. Like you saw, I used very little and I've just gone ahead and, you know, dabbed that all over my face. Now if you are somebody who doesn't have too many acne scars like me, you don't have too much of skin discoloration or anything of that sort, you could totally also skip using a foundation. You could maybe just use a bit of concealer and totally get away, okay? But I do have some acne scars and things like that. I also have uneven skin tone, so I prefer doing this step. Also, as far as possible, I would suggest that try and avoid banking on tinted moisturizers to give you this full coverage, because it's not gonna last. Trust me, the moment you wear your mask and you're breathing into it 24/7, you're stepping out in this weather, it's bound to transfer on your mask, and what you're gonna end up with is a really patchy looking base, and you don't want that, okay? So make sure that you are you know, moisturizing, using a good primer, and then going ahead with your favorite foundation. Highly recommending this one right here, and just working a good base. Now once that is done, this step is completely optional if you have already worked your foundation, and say you are somebody who needs to go to work every day, don't have too much time, skip this step completely. But since I have a bit of dark circles, I'm just gonna go ahead and use a little bit of concealer under my eye. Also, because eyes is technically the only thing that really shows through the mask, I want to make sure that, you know, I am doing this step. But like I said, that you can totally skip this step or skip the foundation step and just, you know, use a concealer to cover your problem areas and powder that, like I will show you in the next step. Also, what's happening with you guys, I feel like this whole COVID-19 situation has gone on forever. It's stretched for months. It's been like almost half a year. So here in Dubai, the restrictions have been kind of relaxed, and you're free to go out and do stuff as long as you're wearing your mask and, you know, abiding by the rules and regulations. They have social distancing placards and, you know, boards all around. There are authorities who are ensuring that, you know, people are following the rules. So yeah, that's what's happening here. But like, the malls are open, the shops are open, public modes of transport is available, so it has kind of relaxed a lot here compared to, you know, what is happening in India. Okay, now I'm going to move on to setting this all. I am using the K-Beauty HD Setting Loose Powder in the shade Almond. This launched only recently, but I have been obsessed with this ever since its launch, because it's so finely milled. Like, it's very fine, okay? Like, because there's this sheer I don't know, net tissue kind of a thing. Very little product firstly comes through and on your brush, and you just need to, you know, dab it over your skin, and it does a pretty good job. Like, ever since its launch, I have been obsessed with this. So again, if you are looking out for a loose powder that works, you might want to give this one a try. Also, they have quite an impressive color range. You know, you could go and check them out on the website, and I'll again link it down below, and see what shade matches you. I'm in the shade Almond, and yeah, I'm just gonna set it all really well. So I know so many girls tend to skip this complete step, and I cannot tell you how important it is to seal your makeup, okay? The foundation that you use was a liquid foundation. It's not going to stay put through and through, especially if you're stepping out. If you're just indoors and, you know, like not doing too much, then that's still okay. But if you are in for long lasting makeup, you have to make sure that you seal it with a nice loose powder. And I somehow prefer loose powders to, you know, the compact ones, because I just feel like they are not too heavy. If you are using like a good full coverage foundation, this is just enough, you know, it'll just seal your makeup really well. And yeah, so the base looks pretty damn good for now, and I'm going to move on to my favorite part, which is the brows. If you missed the last video, which was a complete in-depth tutorial on how I do my brows, right from shaping them, grooming them, maintaining them, you might want to check out the video. I'll link it right here, because I'm just going to be following all the steps that I mentioned in that video. And here I'm using the Benefit Furrowlicious Brow Pencil. I'm all about the brows, and especially now when you have a mask on, brows and eyes are everything. And having brows that are snatched AF just takes your complete makeup look, it just elevates it to another level whatsoever. So don't skimp out on putting in a little effort into your brows, because I feel like that really makes a big impact. Like, well groomed brows are everything. I'm just gonna fast forward through the steps, because I think if you watch that video you will have all the info that you need to have on what my brow routine is and how I do my brows. After I'm done filling them, I like to go over them with a powder based brow product, and this one right here is such a great find. I bought it very randomly. It's so affordable and it's so good. Like, I've already hit pan here, like you can see, and even here. So this is usually what I use to do up my brows, and it's so good. I'm going to try and link it down in the description box below again for you guys. If you do not have anything like this in your makeup kit and are looking at something that is super affordable, lasts long and does the work, this one is for you. Now that the brows are done, it's time to move on to the eyes. I feel like I have been loving doing statement eyes with bold colors, fun colors. And if you're following me on Instagram, if you aren't, you should go ahead and follow me right there, because I post so many makeup looks and little snippets from my life right there. So like I was saying, I posted so many fun, colorful, quirky eye makeup looks on my Instagram, and if anything, this is the time to experiment with your eyes, because girls, that's what is gonna be showing through and through when you're wearing a mask. But for this tutorial, I wanted to keep it super simple and relatable, so that it's something that most of you can recreate. I figured that I am going to be using very minimal products for my eyes, and what I'm going to be using today is the K Beauty eyeshadow sticks. Now, I don't know if you know about this product, but this is basically eyeshadow in a pencil form, and the formulation is brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to be using two shades right here. First, I'm going to be using a shade which is called Splendid. I am using this over the traditional powder eyeshadow, simply because chances are that when you are out and about, and when you wear a mask, you're breathing into your eyes, okay? And if you use a powder based eyeshadow like the traditional format, chances are there could be a fallout, and it could fall right here, and you don't want that. I love this stuff because like you can see, it's super duper pigmented, and the best part is that it is cream based, okay, but it sets into like a really smudge proof matte formulation, which means that it stays put through and through for hours. For a long day, you can bank on this. Just apply a little product on your eyelid and then work it with an eyeshadow brush, or even with your fingers. I will show you that way also. But yeah, it just is super easy, especially if you are new to makeup, you are a beginner. You might want to invest in these eyeshadow sticks, because it's just gonna make it so easy for you to work a really nice statement bold eyeshadow look. Again, they have such a great range of color selection when it comes to these sticks. I have a lot of them, and yeah, they're really good. I'm now using a fluffy brush to make sure that there are no hard edges. So now that this is done, and I really like how this is looking, I am going to go ahead and use the metallic version of it. This one was a matte pencil. This one is the metallic version, which is called Bare Metal, and I love the shade. You will know just why. Just wait and watch. Just look at that pigmentation, guys. It's so beautiful. And now I'm going to be using my ring finger and just blending it all in. Oh man, I love this pigmentation. And you know, when it's usually packed in that powder palette, it's so difficult to get a really good amount of color on your eyelid like this. You sometimes have to wet your brush and you know, stuff like that, but this pencil makes it so easy. Zoomed in a little bit so that you guys have a close-up on how this is turning out. I'm just going to be taking it right here and extending it to form this little wing. You know, whenever you're doing your eye makeup, make sure you add a little bit of soft metallic color right here, because it will instantly open up your eyes and it just looks so dreamy. It shoots so well. So yeah, I think I am almost done with this. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I definitely need to tightline my eyes. By tightline, I mean go over with my trusted Ride or Die Plum Nature Studio Kajal. I love this stuff. I have this in almost all colors. It's so nice. And yeah, I'm just gonna go and tightline my upper lash line. When I don't do this, I feel like my eyes don't look complete. Okay, like I don't know if you can see a difference between these two, but I have a very prominent upper lash line. So to tightline, I usually use the brown shade and not the black, because you know, it's a little soft and not too stark. And I'm also going to go ahead and do a little bit of this on the bottom lash line like this, just on the edges. I am going ahead and using this Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Mascara. Now this is a mascara that I think every girl kind of has used at some point or the other in her life. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this instantly, you know, completes the whole eye makeup. And ta-da! Boom! We are done with our eye makeup, and we really used just 2 to 3 products to do this whole eye. Okay, so now again, you might completely stop right here and finish your makeup with a finishing spray. This step is completely optional, but I will show you as to how you can make it work for you when it comes to wearing a mask. Okay, so when you wear a mask like this much of your nose is showing and this much of your cheekbone is showing through. And especially if you have one of those masks which is a little smaller right here, you know, and cut at an angle, you will realize that even this shows through. You know, a lot of masks go like this, so which means you can capitalize on just a little bit of contouring to give it a very chiseled look. So let me just show it to you. So what I'm using is the Deborah Milano contouring palette, just using a very little amount of the dark shade, and this one is really pigmented, so I'm just going to use a little bit right here and here. Can you see the difference? I am also going to go ahead and use it right here. We are going to go with the foundation brush. I'm not adding any powder, just going to blend that in. Like I told you, this is completely optional, but I'm just showing you as to how you can work this to your advantage to create a very snatched look. And that's it. You know, this has created such a nice very chiseled and sharp nose contour, which means that when you're wearing a mask, your eyes and your nose, you know, this area looks really nicely done up. It looks super well contoured, you know. And now I'm going to go ahead and use a very little amount of blush, nothing too much. This is the color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine. Again, you can totally skip this step, up to you, using very little actually, and I'm using it here to create that elevated cheekbone effect. And now it is time for the lips. You know, funny story, when the lockdown restrictions were relaxed for the very first time, I was so freaking excited that I decided to put on such a vibrant pop neon lipstick, because I'd been saving it for so long and I had not had a chance to wear it. And then I did my whole look around that neon pink lip. And then when it was time to step out, Anish was like, you remember you need to be wearing a mask right here, right? I was like, oh my god, it completely skipped me that, you know, this is our new reality and mask is the new accessory that you can't be seen without when you're out. Okay, so if you don't want to apply a lipstick, completely fine. Just use like a tinted lip balm or anything of that sort, you know, a lip stain, but make sure that you are blotting it with a tissue paper so that, you know, there's no transfer onto your mask and your mask stays really clean, and you know, there's no smudging that is happening. I think I'm going to be using the Smashbox one. So yeah. So like I was saying, I am picking a liquid matte lipstick because these are liquid and then they turn matte, and that is the reason that they stay put so long. You want to completely steer away from any cream based formulation. Gloss to forget only. Don't even bother to put on a gloss because it's going to be a hot mess. These matte bullet form lipsticks or these liquid mattes, I swear by them. I absolutely love the formulation, and I really prefer using liquid mattes over anything when it comes to wearing a mask, because just a couple of minutes and it's going to set really well. There's going to be very minimal or absolutely no transfer whatsoever onto the mask. I will show you. And while this is really long lasting in itself, everything that we used is going to stay put like this for really long. You want to go ahead and seal it all with a good setting spray. Okay, this gives a matte finish, so I'm gonna go ahead and seal it all with my setting spray. You know, right after this step, I like to go ahead with my beauty blender and just press it all in. Make sure you do this because I feel like this, you know, will take off any excess product that is there on your face onto the sponge, and it will also just press your makeup all in, making sure that it stays put through and through. And that's it. We are done with this super mask friendly makeup. There is going to be absolutely no to very minimal transfer on the mask. So this is what the mask looks like before. Time for a test to see as to how transfer proof this makeup is. I am just going to wear it. And do you guys see what I see? Because the eyes look so good right now. And this is what I was talking about. You see this little contouring that we did right here on the nose? It just makes such a big difference in looking like, you know, you put in so much effort into getting your makeup game on. So in the mask that I have, it basically comes till here. I have a very small face, but you know, there are some masks that come until here, and that means that you would also see the little blush and the contouring that we did. Now that I've been yapping with my mask on for a while now, I think we can take it off and see as to how much makeup has actually transferred onto the mask. Told ya, nothing, absolutely nothing on the mask. No foundation, no blush, nothing at all. And I told you guys, I kid you not, this is effective. Such a great way to get your full face of makeup on and still have absolutely nothing on your mask. And I really hope you guys are going to be trying out a full face of makeup like this, which is mask friendly, lasts all day long. Trust me, I have done this before and been out and about in this crazy heat in Dubai. It's like 40 degrees, so I know when I say that this lasts, it does. So that's a wrap on this video. Stay safe even when you're stepping out. Make sure you're being responsible, and it doesn't hurt to look like this when you go out, because do it for yourself, man. Do it for yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be for anybody else. Do it for you. You do you. And until the next video, bye.